Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Champion Select for the ESL Euro Series game number 1 of tonight. And also the final game tonight, so only one game tonight. That means it's going to be the team of Reason Gaming against the team of WiLD Storm. So, it's going to be a good night. We already have some players that we've seen in the past here. Jokies, Zayo, Takefun, Mackler and Libic on the side of Reason Gaming. And on the red side, we're looking at Vikir, Davey, Naiden, YOLO, Habidas, and Xian Heal. Bans are already going out, and that means that we are, well, losing Nami, Evelyn, and Maokai. On the other side, we're losing Lucian, Kasdan, and Bram. It's up to Jokies to make the first pick. We're expecting something akin to a Gragas being banned out here, just because, well, he is, being picked up here, because he is the new shining star of top lane, pretty much destroying everything, so... Yeah, exactly. Joki's already picking that one up. So now up to the next team. It's Vikir and Davey who are going to be picking up their champions. Now with Lucian banned out, with Braum banned out, usually you see the bot lane being picked up as a response to the top lane. Possibly Morgana Tristana, that would be a valid proposition. The other option of course being Morgana plus the mid laner, and allowing Lulu to be picked up. But in this case, it's going to be Davey who's picking up the one and only Vi. Now it's up to Zayo and Takefun to pick up their champions. So still, Lulu's open, Kokma is open, Tristana's open. Well, could be anything at this point. If we're looking at what they're with the pickup of Gragas, I wouldn't put it past Reason Gaming to just go for the wombo combo team by picking up Rengar and Orianna, because we've seen it in the LCS tonight, which is somewhat of a nasty timing, but still, in the LCS tonight we saw both Rengar and Orianna being used to just wipe out any AD carry that Rengar could get his claws on. But Takefun currently hovering over LeBlanc. I sincerely doubt that LeBlanc is going to be the pick. Yeah, it's going to be Orianna and it's going to be Rengar, so as expected. We're heading over back to WiLD Storm. Caitlyn and Ari being locked in here by WiLD Storm. Ari was to be expected. She got a little bit of a buff in her Orb of Deception as well as in her mana costs. So now we'll be seeing a little bit more of her. Last week we saw Selfie of the Super Hot crew destroying Ari. It was an amazing play, going everywhere he wanted to, and also landing some charms and some combos on his opponents, destroying everyone in sight. Now, on the side of Reason Gaming, they still have, well, let's say about 30 seconds remaining as they try to pick up their final champions. And we're definitely looking at the Kog'Maw Thresh combination. Kog'Maw Thresh works wonders just because you can. Kog'Maw on his own, he doesn't really have all that much mobility, but he does have a Thresh next to him who can pull him out of any sticky situation. Speaking of sticky situations, of course, Mackler being able to toss out the Void Ooze and then taking the Lantern right out of there. And that means that he will be safe, or, well, safe-ish in that regard. Final champion on the side of WiLD Storm, it's going to be Yasuo, who's going to be facing off against Gragas in the top lane, with Xian Heal picking that one up for Vikir. It makes a lot of sense. Windwall blocks out the barrel roll, and Sweeping Blade plus Steel Tempest is a nice counter to the melee attacks coming out of Gragas himself. And now with that locked in, we're looking at about 50 seconds before we head into the 3-minute spectator delay period. And that means we're going to put up a little bit more music. And at the same time, we're going to run a little bit of a commercial. So I hope you guys will enjoy the show up till then. But if I'm going to have to look at both of the compositions here from both Reason and from WiLD Storm, Reason pretty much all in, together with Zayo and Takefun, able to just nuke any AD carry they can get their claws or hands on, depending on whether it's Orianna or Rengar. And on the other side, well, a little bit of a combo with Vi and Yasuo coming out of Vikir and Dewi, but more of a big composition. If they decide to lock someone down, they have the charm, they have the dark binding. It's more than enough to just wipe out anyone who gets hit by either of those skill shots. So for now, it's going to be a little bit more music, and then we'll jump straight into the game itself. Stay tuned. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have finally entered the game, and it's time for Reason vs. Wild Team Storm here on ESL Benelux. I'm TechLink, your shoutcaster for today, and I hope that you guys will enjoy the show, because it's going to be one game only between the guys of Reason and WiLD.CM, as you can see in the top of the screen. Both teams already moving out of their base, moving into position to start defending their jungles or start invading the others. As wards are in their possession. First ward coming out from Dewi. Very early ward there as well on the side of Morgana here. Libic standing right on top of one of them. So they probably know that there's not going to be an invade from the side of Reason Gaming. And it gives WiLD.CM a little bit more leeway when it comes down to that. little bit of damage being poked down there. Also a little bit of gold being earned here by the Spell Thief's Edge. Shan heal. Yeah, that's the beautiful part, of course, about Morgana. The fact that your Tormented Soil procs up to 3 times in one. Wow, in one go. I'm totally trying to find some words, but they just are not to be found. A little bit of damage to take fun, but not all that much. For now, both teams looking to be very passive. Not much going to happen up till now. Very quiet. Everybody is very scared about what might happen. The most important part, of course, being that both junglers starting at their respective red buffs before anything else. So, like what you usually see, and that's the bottom start for both laners, so that you can get the top lane gank in at level 3. More often than not in the higher levels, that top lane level 3 gank isn't going to be effective. So starting on the other side isn't going to put a dent in your plans all that much. A little bit of poke going down the bottom lane. I expect this one to be the most impressive when it comes down to fighting. Just because of the fact, well, Libic and Kog'Maw, okay, correction. Thresh and Kog'Maw are a somewhat passive lane, whereas Caitlyn and Morgana is all about the poke. And then suddenly, if a Dark Binding lands, which is going to be happening starting at level 2, then YOLO Habitas can just full-on engage with the Pillar of Peacemaker as well as the 90 caliber net, or even worse, put down a trap right under Kog'Maw or under Thresh. With Tide going down, Habitas dangerously low. Doesn't have to burn heal though, but he's so low he can't really stay there all that long. Probably will have to fall back after this wave. Bit of damage is being put down here, but Davey now with that level 3, he's coming into the bottom lane. Libic in a lot of trouble. He might just go down. Nice flash away from the Vault Breaker. Now Mackler is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to get after Bob Seal, but a long range shot there straight onto Mackler is more than enough. Very unfortunate for Mackler, but that's first blood going over to the team of Wild Team Storm. Now Valkyrie in a lot of trouble. He gets snared, goes down immediately after a nice body slam. That allows Zio to actually land the snare. It's 1-to-1. Actually, the kills have suddenly popped back into normal as well as the gold count. Libic now into the tower, going to try and last hit as best as he can. Mid lane though, Davey looking for the kill to take fun, nicely sidestepping the Vault Breaker. See, Vault Breaker completely missed. Charm lands to take fun. Flash goes out, Ignite sticking. Take fun. Take fun goes down, but it's Davey who walks away with his life. Popped his flash though. Means that already 2-to-1 in favor of Wild Team Storm. But if we're looking at the long game definitely in favor of Reason Gaming. So Wild Team Storm really has to be a little bit careful here. They do not get wasted before the battle actually starts. And that's basically what it probably is going to be boiling down to. If the team of Reason Gaming is going to try and defend Mackler, you have to be careful of Davey. Davey with his Assault and Battery can just instantly lock onto Mackler and lock him down for both Valkyrie, Habitas, Shen heal pretty much all of his team, so I'm expecting a huge jump straight onto Kog'Maw. The other side of the medallion, of course, is that Takefun can put the barrier, the shield onto Kog'Maw. The Command Protect, and of course you have still the Lantern coming out of Libic, so it's going to be very, very hard for Davey to actually get into range here. Descenders lands, but unfortunately for Libic there, Black Shield is going to block all that damage. Fighting coming out, but Libic just tossing out the Lantern to just well, withstand a little bit of the damage. Mackler now trying to put down some pressure onto YOLO Habitas. Isn't quite in the position to do so, having lost quite a bit of health as well as lost the damage race in that early stage of the game. Steel Tempest, knocking up Jokey's, a little bit of a fight about to break out here in top lane. Valkyr, not even close to level 6, but it is on the other hand. Wind Wall is available, so that means the Jokis has to be a little bit careful here. Now in the mid lane, nice flash forward there by Niden. Spirit Rush coming out, and the Orb Reception on the way back picks up the kill. Very well done there by Niden. And Tankfan definitely didn't see that one coming. Couldn't really do anything about it, even if he did. Because there was nothing that could be done about the damage that was being put down onto him. Bottom lane, the fight continues. But farm-wise, if we're going to take a quick look at that, definitely now in favor of WiLD.CM, especially in the bottom and the middle lane. Top lane though, completely in favor of Reason Gaming, so that's probably where they're going. Lantern coming out from Libic, Death Sentence landing, wants to pull himself in. Play ready, there's the play of the Shenheal. Shenheal getting slowed down. Zio trying to get the 5th proc for Ferocity, but can't quite make it happen. Zio now level 6, has his ultimate available. Is he going to be popping it immediately? Has to be careful though. Davey's waiting. Vault Breaker. One Vault Breaker. Zio in a lot of trouble. He's trying to get out of there. Pops his ultimate though. He has to be careful because he does not want to be hit by a stray Dark Binding. That will immediately end his life. Both junglers now about to start on their major jungle item. We're looking at Rengar Zio running the Matters Razors into probably the Wriggle's Lantern later on, whereas Davey is going for the more standard item in the form of Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Mid lane though, Sorcerer's Shoes and the Fiendish Codex now finished on Niden. Niden is under a lot of pressure. At the very least, he's holding on for now. Vault Breaker available for Davey. Immediately also the battery that blocks the charm, but Zio has nowhere to go. Nice kill there by Davey and Niden. Bottom lane, the farm fest continues, but kills are happening for WiLD.CM Storm, extending their gold lead to a nice 1200 gold. It isn't that much, but we're looking at the 8-minute mark, so for now, it's anyone's game. However, it's basically coming down to the late game. If both teams hit that late game spot later, rather at the same time, it's going to be Reason Gaming with a better late game setup. If the team of WiLD.CM Storm hits the late game earlier, it's going to be very hard for Reason Gaming to actually stay in the game itself, because, well, the mid game is just that much more powerful for the team of WiLD.CM Storm. So I anticipate that the dragon area at about the 10-11 minute mark is going to be the center of fighting. Top lane though, Explosive Cast coming out, Valkyr forced back. It's a little bit more damage, but not much coming out of these two players here. Another Steel Tempest coming out. Jokis now versus Valkyr. Valkyr in a lot of trouble. Blocks out the barrel wall with the wind wall. He's dangerously low. Davey now also incoming into the top lane. Zio is in the vicinity. He has his ultimate available. Wants to go in. Valkyr actually assisting his teammate Davey here in the top lane. But given the fact that he's still waiting there, Zio showed himself. So now they actually know there's going to be need of some backup here in this top lane. Speaking of backup, Davey is here. Waiting in a brush, waiting for Zio to make a move. Slow down onto Valkyr. Valkyr trying his best, but thankfully, because he got some help from Officer Vi, he was able to just do everything. In bottom lane though, there's a huge fight breaking out. Shenheal picks up Makler. Makler gets a return kill, and YOLO Habidas and Libic are the only two left standing. So we didn't quite catch the bottom lane, but we will catch the mid lane. Davey coming in. Assault battery is available, and decides to back off. Smart move there by Davey, because a flash into the tower would have immediately wrecked his face. because that means that Takefun would have been able to shockwave straight afterwards and lock him up into the tower. Top lane, the fight continues as Jokis has already picked up the catalyst. He's now waiting for all the gold until he can finally pick up that Rod of Ages. Like here, already a little bit pressured. It looks like Jokis is the victor in this matchup. You're trying his best to actually hit a minion, but to hit a minion you actually have to hit it, because if you don't hit a minion you miss it. Mid lane though, nice jump there onto Takefun, was a 3-man engage, but no charms landing. And Naiden now without his Spirit Rush, a little bit less mobile, so if Zio so desires he could try and go for that already pick up in the mid lane. Jokis, nice combo down with the Drunken Rage into the body slam away from Vikir, saving him a lot of damage. Did get knocked up by that Steel Tempest there, but not much coming out of that. Bottom lane though, Assault and Battery straight onto Magna. Magna trying to get out there, takes the Lantern, he escapes. Zio, he really wants to make something out of this situation, has a proper positioning right now. But it will run out in a couple of seconds. Yeah, there we go. Has already run out. Zio now standing here in the back line. Looking to move to the next target. There is a ward in the second brush. And there's nothing he can do about that one. And I like how Libic and Makler are actually baiting Zio. Xianheal into jumping into the next brush immediately. Xianheal getting jumped on. Yeah, he's going to get that. Nicely done there. And it was the bait coming out of Libic and Makler that allowed for that kill in that bottom lane. If they were a little bit more aggressive than Zio... Whoa, top lane actually Vikir getting wiped by Jokis. Let's do a quick replay to see what happens. So, Jokis versus Vikir. Vikir getting hit by the explosive cast. Jokis about to turn around, has the barrel roll, has the body slam. He flashes into Vikir as the body slam is busy, and that allows him to pick up the kill. Mid lane now, Takefun taking a little bit of damage. As Naiden pops his ultimate, pops pretty much every ability he has. Nice shockwave there, Naiden getting locked up, but the Orb of Perception is more than enough to force Takefun immediately away from Naiden. Naiden walks away victoriously again, and this is all coming down to those early kills that he picked up. Would allow Naiden to just continuously put the pressure down onto Orianna. Unfortunately for Naiden, it hasn't really worked in his favor all that much. He only is 10 CS ahead, so I don't know if we should give props to Takefun for being such a good farmer, or, well, not so much props to Naiden for, well, for not being able to kill Takefun as often as he wants to, I guess. Dragon now, 40 minutes in. Davey and Yola Habida are in the vicinity. Everybody is now heading towards the Dragon. Zio's there, Takefun going to put down a ward here. Teleport is available for Jokis, he wants to get into the fight. Dragon is already gone, so no Dragon fight broken out, no contest. WiLD Storm, they pick up a first Dragon off the game in about 14 minutes in. Same time though, Xianheal has to be a little bit careful, because both Libic and Makler are in the vicinity, and they're being backed up by the kitty cat called Zio, or Xio. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but we're going to stick with Zio. Or Gaio, that's his name, there we go. Because an X is like in the Eastern languages I remember from DreamHack Valencia. They were talking about where X you go, like I'm not entirely sure if that's the case, but I'll just have to ask the guys in chat. So, is it Zio or is it Gaio? I'm not entirely sure which of the two it is. So, 1 for Zio, 2 for Gaio. Hayo. Nice snare down to Davey. Davey in a lot of trouble, has to flash out of there. Zio immediately jumping straight in. Davey goes down. Sorshax has already been pulled by Shenhill. Livic doesn't really care, just pulls him back in. That allows Macklin to pick up a double kill here in this bottom lane. And also, Zio, having popped his ultimate, wants to go straight towards Alibidas. Oh, he locks him up. Now he's in a lot of trouble. Another snare coming out. More slows onto Yola Habidas. Goes down, and Zio and Mackler pick up yet another kill and assist for their team. And Reason Gaming suddenly back in the saddle here as they pick up 3 kills in this bottom lane. So, if I have to do this with Twitch memes, it's like wrecked, not wrecked, and then you mark the box called wrecked, I believe. That's how it works in that bottom lane. Very, very unfortunate for WiLD Storm, but this is kind of what happened before. Or rather, what I predicted that would happen if WiLD Storm doesn't continuously put down pressure on the team of Reason Gaming. And as I'm saying, this Lebic is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to get out there with his lantern, but unfortunately you can't pull your own lantern. Tries to sidestep the full break, but that's the kill from Davey. So, if Sea Storm can get ahead, they can stay ahead. The issue is if they fall behind at any point in the game, they're fighting from behind, and they're going to be... their entire composition is not adequately equipped to... Wow, nicely done there by Jokis. He's trying to get out there, flash forward by Vikir. Finally picks up the kill with Sweep Blade. But the moment Sea Storm falls behind even slightly, they can no longer choose the fights that they want to be fighting. They have to follow Reason Gaming. They lose their how do you say? They lose their initiative, and that means that they will be following Reason into a team fight that they don't want to be in, because the team fight capabilities of Reason are far superior to the team fight capabilities coming out of WiLD Storm. Teleport now incoming, they're trying to stop the tower from going down. Nicely done there now, right here. Trying to get out of there. Zio takes a lot of damage, he gets wiped here. Joki's now getting locked up by Shenhill. Naiden kill. Joki's very tanky though, but will be going down from that punishment. And Tekafun trying to have a little bit of a one-on-one with Davey. But both of them deciding, nah, this is not really what we want. Shenhill has popped his ultimate. Livic coming into position here for the death sentence. I'm coming out. Oh, nice lantern into a charm actually. That's going to cost take, but he's going dangerously low. The Ignite is still taking on Naiden though, but it isn't going to be enough. That Dark Binding was amazing. It actually hit the spot where the lantern was going, so a nice kill there for the team of WiLD Storm, who are now slowly pulling that gold lead back into their favor. And so, the game returns to the status quo we had about 5 minutes ago. Only now we're looking at 30,000 versus 28,000, or rather 31 versus 29. And previously we were looking at 20 versus 18, so slowly but surely we are looking at a... well, the catch-up battle from Reason. But then again, they really wanted... Oh, the Descent is actually landing on Livic. Livic locking up Naiden. Naiden has nowhere to go. He gets locked up again. Forced to use Spirit Rush just to escape. One more hit from Mackler should do it. Can't quite get in position, but he has to flash forward. He picks up the kill there. Oh yeah, Habidas in a lot of trouble with Zio. Getting locked up by Davey. Can't quite get the kill in the background though. Shenhill gets destroyed by Tarkfun and Jokis. Nice body slam there onto Vikir. Vikir has nowhere to run. Doesn't have flash. Ooh, nicely done there with the sweeping blade. Trying to get the kill. Lost breath. That's just enough. The combinations of those minions together with the damage coming out of Davey is enough for Vikir to actually get away from that one. Very well played. And now with Dragon live again, both teams encircling the dragon, getting their getting some nice vision out there. Ascendant landing on Davy. Davy might just go down here. No, not going to happen though. Mackler forced to back away. Doesn't have all that much mana, so he has to be very careful. Now though, both teams just... It's kind of like a Mexican standoff. Neither team wants to be the first one to pull the trigger. And that allows Take Fun to actually shove up the lane a little bit more. Reason Gaming. They've set up pretty much everywhere. But they need to start grouping up, because if they do not group up, they're never going to be able to land that combination attack that they so desire. Abidas, Descendus, almost there from Libby. But the fight is real. Dragon has been angered. We all know how angry a dragon can be if you start poking its head. Shockwave, nice shockwave there into Shen heal, but it's not going to be enough. Taking him is going to be able to pop his last breath. Davey going far into the back lines. Mackler desperately trying not to go down, but he is already down due to Ari jumping straight on top of him. And it looks like it's going to be a massacre. The only one being able to escape here is Jokies. And it's a 4-for-1 in favor of WiLD Storm, but they have to be careful. They don't want to... Looks like they don't want to go for a dragon. Oh, they're setting their sights on a very big target here. Very juicy even. I'm not entirely sure if this is the correct call here though. Because, well, Gragas is live. And the Baron is real. Baron taking a lot of damage here, down to about 8,000 hit points. Can Gragas get there in time? No, he can't. This Baron is going down rapidly. Yeah, it's going to be a free Baron here. I am very curious why they did not just have Jokies teleport to the top lane to try and stop the Baron there. Very curious indeed. And WiLD Storm just doing exactly what they need to do. They just need to force themselves into a position where they can dictate how the fights go. So, while Reason does manage to make the best out of a bad situation by picking up Dragon, Baron going over to the team of WiLD Storm, it's so hard for them to actually stay in this game. If they can manage to make it to the 40-minute mark, then they have a good chance of actually winning this game. But for now, Reason Gaming in a horrible position. And according to chats, I've just found out how dongers are born, so huzzah. WiLD CM now grouping up in the mid lane. They're looking to start securing some towers for themselves. They have the Baron buff, they have the gold advantage, they have the level advantage as well. Take Fun in a lot of trouble. Ace in the hole just used to deal a little bit of damage to Take Fun. But at the same time, Mackler now, he decides, okay, I cannot defend against this entire wave. I'm going to split push it. This tower is going to fall pretty fast. That means that Mackler at the very least should be able to wipe out his turret on his own. He has to try Force. That's always a good pickup here. Now it's onto the inhibitor turret. Immediately Take Fun getting jumped on. He's in a lot of trouble. Last breath goes out. Take Fun is immediately wiped here. Zayo trying to get after. He actually manages to flash away from this one. But Naiden is on his tail and takes him out actually in one fell swoop. With the entire team of Reason Gaming now behind enemy lines. Because, well, pretty much this is the line that WiLD Storm is drawing. Very interested here by Mackler's sudden retreat, because there's nothing for him to be gained in this respect. He could have just taken down his inhibitor turret and at least given his team a little bit of a chance. I really do not like this call by Mackler. Should have just continued pushing. But yeah, enemy lines have been drawn, and that's pretty much everything onto the inhibitor right now. For now, both teams just securing their buffs. Baron buff down to about 1 minute, so we're probably going to see one more fell push in either the top or bottom lane. The other option is, of course, where we're going to be seeing the team of CM Storm just barreling down the middle. But I sincerely doubt that's going to happen. There are a few things that they can actually do at this point, and they could secure, or rather set up for a new Baron by just denying all the vision on the side of Reason Gaming. They could push, like was said, they're going to actually pick up yet another tower here. Or they can barrel down the middle. So taking the towers is probably the safest bet. It will give you a lot of map control. Reason Gaming can't really fight at this point. And that means that in about 3 minutes they should be able to pick up another Baron for themselves. So shove out the lanes right now. Put a lot of pressure onto the bottom lane. Maybe rotate back to the Baron area. Dragon in the meantime, 1 minute and 50 seconds as we wait for that one to respawn. Baron was a little bit earlier here. Immediately ace the whole straight to take a little love from he immediately gets wiped. The shockwave doesn't even finish casting. Now Mackler desperately trying to get out of there. He actually manages to be away from his opponents just enough so he can start dealing some damage here. Steel Tempest is more than enough from Viking here to actually force Mackler back. That's already 2 members down of the team of Reason Gaming. I don't think that WiLD Storm is going to be stopping the push right here. You can see Vike here, he smells blood, he wants to get it. Explosive cost, trying to get the turrets, or rather, sustain the turret. The turret goes down. Nice stun there by Xianheel. Xianheel actually able to jump straight out of there, and with a 5-man push from the team of WiLD versus a 2-man army on the side of Reason Gaming, it's going to be very, very hard for Reason to actually fight off this next Baron. 1 minute until the Dragon, so that means that WiLD Storm has the time to actually recall the base and then subsequently get the Dragon as well as the Baron. But Reason Gaming in a lot of trouble. They also have to be careful that they do not lose out on their mid lane. They have one advantage though, and that's that their inhibitor will be respawning in the next 30 seconds, because that's when this wave will appear. How do you know that an inhibitor is going to be respawning in about 30 seconds? It's the moment a wave spawns without super minion. It's very, very important to realize that the last wave before the inhibitor responds, respawn time for an inhibitor is 4 minutes, does not contain a super minion. Yeah, it's very strange, but it does not contain a super minion. And this is something that both teams need to keep in mind when they're fighting over inhibitors. Lipic now in a lot of trouble. He's completely sandwiched between the Ahri, the Morgana, and the Caitlyn. Already taking a lot of damage. He's going down. Yeah, no chance. Who's taking the kill? Yeah, it's going to be WiLD. And with 30 seconds remaining here on the clock before Baron responds, I expect the WiLD Storm is just going to be setting up a little bit more. Ace the hole now immediately. There's the assault battery. Mackler in love trouble. Shockwave hits both of them, but no damage whatsoever. Mackler goes down. One more hit. Immediately a kill there. Flash forward from Vic here, trying to take down Take Fun. Can't quite get there, but they're on the inhibitor. And the inhibitor is not going to be long for this world. In the background though, Zio getting taken out by Niden early. At the same time, Niden tries to fight with Jokis, but Jokis turns it around on him. So much damage being put out by here by this Gragas. But yeah, that costs him pretty much everything. So that will allow WiLD to rotate over to the Baron area, having picked up both the inhibitor in the middle and in the bottom lane. Means that Reason Gaming has to be very careful. They do not want to be giving up anything here. But they'll probably have to let this Baron go. Baron going down. Also, Reason Gaming has to be careful if WiLD doesn't suddenly turn around on them. It's a 4 versus 3 situation. And those are very, very dangerous. WiLD now rotating over to the Dragon area, or rather translating down the river, because it's one straight. This Dragon not long for the hold. You can see the damage already being popped there by WiLD. Means that they're going to be able to go back to base and pick themselves up some more much needed items. 2,000 gold in the hands of Caitlyn, but also 2,400 gold in the hand of Jokis. I'm expecting something akin to a Void Staff being picked up on his side. There we go. Immediate Void Staff being built up by Jokies. He's pretty much the most damaging member on the team of Reason Gaming, so if the game is going to be carried, it's going to be Jokies. But for now, 15,000 gold advantage to the team of WiLD.CM and a 13 kill advantage on their side as well. 4 towers on their side are more take, or rather they have 4 more towers left. Could have been 3 if Mackler didn't bill out of that bottom lane split push. But for now, looks like Reason Gaming is not long for this world. And the biggest reason is going to be the fact that, well, if we're looking across the board, biggest advantage has been gained the moment they gave Niden those early 2 kills, which allowed Niden to force take Fun out of the lane. Vikir now getting jumped on. Vikir in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down. Whoa! Just got wiped there. There's the shutdown. Ace in the hole. Straight on the take Fun. Gets blocked. Shenheal trying to come in from the side. Shockwave going out. Shenheal now getting locked up here. Ascendant. Sonya's. Nice exposed cost for the return kill. And now it's up to Mackler to actually defend this inhibitor. They have to be careful because their bottom inhibitor is under a lot of pressure. They have to fall back, let this tower fall. If they do not do so, look at this inhibitor. It's already down to about 75% hit points. Immediately engage. Orianna Takefun goes down. Now it's up to Jokies and Libic to actually block them. Nice ball break onto Libic. Libic in a lot of trouble here. Jokies with a bad barrel roll there, and this means that this tower is going to go down. Another tower falling. That means that the third inhibitor is exposed. Might even be a next turret already going down. The bottom inhibitor down to about half hit points. And this is the issue with all those super minions pushing in. You have to make a decision, and Reason was too late with making the decision to send Mackler into that bottom lane. Charm landing onto Jokies. Jokies might go down here. Jokies uses his Zonyas. But it is going to be enough with the body slam. However, Vikir and Habidas doing so much damage. Damien now jumping straight into Mackler. Mackler trying his best to just kite away from that one. Vikir tries to get the kill down, but it isn't going to happen. Oh, Habidas with a nice shot there. Gets the kill. Shockwave goes out. Damien now on the Nexus, and it is going to be enough. WiLD.CM takes down Reason Gaming in the group stage. So that's 1-0 for them. And a much needed 3 points in their pockets. And why are we not going into the victory screen? I have no clue. But that does mean that WiLD.CM is going to be, well, at least very happy. They pick up first blood in this group stage. And that means that they are in a good position to make their way to the playoffs. For now, though, it's pretty much all for tonight. I wish you all a pleasant night, and I advise you to head over to the LCS stream and go and watch that. So for now, thank you for watching, and hopefully till next time here on ESL Benelux.